You guys stop at the tavern briefly to grab a meal, kind of regain your senses. The inn didn't have a whole lot of information, as it's just an inn outside of town. What do you guys want to do? You've yet to introduce yourself to Lord Imhazan.
I think that's what we should.
We're tax collectors. Let's collect the taxes.
Sure, we'll be real popular introducing ourselves as action.
Look, our country is broke, and Lord Hakai is doing his best to bring it back up. So yes, it is our duty to collect gold. I'm amped up from a glass of wine. Excellent.
So you guys exit the tavern. You don't have to travel far to make it towards the gate entrance. You do notice that it is currently closed, and there is 2 dragon shield soldiers out front. One of them just seems to be standing guard with a pike, and the other one is currently in front of the gate. They appear to have a chisel in their right hand, and they just seem to be hammering at the gate. You are able to tell from this distance, it looks like they're chipping away. You're proficient in medicine?
Yes, I am.
Someone has embedded humanoid or animal teeth into the gate, and it kind of makes a weird little effigy of what looks to be a winged fairy. The person with the chisel appears to be using the chisel to get the teeth out. A lot of teeth, like at least 40 or 50. They're like on a little ladder, just kind of hammering away.
Who are you?
We are emissaries from Lord Hakai. We're here to speak with the Lord of High Hill.
Hello!
You are noblemen?
We are Ronin serving the Lord of Ho-Ho.
This gate is closed. You will have to go to the eastern gate, north of here.
Why is this gate closed?
There is some graffiti we're taking.
What is that, by the way?
Teeth?
No, I got that. Like, the image. Is that something that's been hassling you here?
I mean, we've been debating. I think it's a wolf.
What do you see when you look at it?
Oh, it's fun as us where you see how it forming all of face. It 2 faces on
You
the
have to
face.
squint at it, I think.
Yeah.
Where's the next closest gate?
It's a little ways north of here. The Dragon Knight is Sir Hayden Ashiro. He would be at the eastern tower, where our barracks is located. You first.
You have all heard that we are honorable people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to the north.
Okay, then we shall.
The Eastern Watchtower, this gate is a lot more reinforced than the previous gate, though it is much larger as well. There is a large barracks just outside of the gate where you do see more Dragon Shield soldiers. Here, there's only 1 guard outside. He appears to just kind of be collecting taxes from people going inside. And there is 1 Dragon Knight that's on top of the tower where there's a large ballista. You make it to the guard outside. To enter the city, visitors have to pay 5 copper to enter. He has a box with a slot in it, kind of pushes it forward. Everyone pays 5 copper.
I'll gladly pay the entrance fee.
Welcome to High Hill.
Thank you.
You are now inside the city proper.
Well, the good news is they're definitely still collecting money somewhere. I head straight to the palace.
We have to do a job, and that's what we will do.
You guys make it to the Palace of High Hill. It is very well built. It's got a lot of tall pillars. It does have 3 stories to it. Each story you can tell is smaller than the last. There's a nice large landing pad at the highest level, you assume probably for like other dragons. There is a singular guard standing out front of the palace. There's another guard by the Crystal Well, which literally appears to be a big, beautiful well, mostly made of white crystals, but some bluish crystals, and it looks like it's reinforced with marble.
I'd say let's go up to the guard.
She says, "Can I help you? We're not supporting tourists right now. On the 3rd day of the week, we do open up the palace for anyone that would like to issue any disputes with the Lord."
Does that include complaints from Lord Hakai?
Yeah, we're from Ho-Ho, sent by the Lord Hakai.
You're from Ho-Ho.
I'm from there.
You say you're sent from Lord Hakai.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You're a lady that...
No, I am but a humble Ronin in the service of Lord Hakai.
Oh, you're running Dragon Shield.
Yeah.
You are as well.
Yeah, I'm also with these people on the same mission.
Oh, this isn't your manservant.
No, I'm a gnome and I'm no servant. We are here for the collecting of taxes.
It's such an uncouth way of putting it. There hasn't been tithing sent in, and given the Phoenix clan's dire straits financially currently, Lord Hakai was worried about this town and wished us to check up on it.
Your tax collectors come to collect money.
No, are you not the Lord Himbazan? I thought with all these questions, you must be the person we were sent to talk to.
No, I am.
So would you kindly lead us to him so we may begin our business?
That's scaring him into getting us what we want.
I'm just saying, why are we explaining everything to the king guard?
It would be much easier if you just let us through, and your questions get answered, our questions get answered.
Lord Him isn't taking visitors right now. You should probably bring this to the Dragon Knight. He waves over to the guy that's guarding the well, and that guy kind of comes over. They briefly talk back and forth.
I do have lip reading as an ability.
They're definitely whispering back and forth, like, we just asked these guys? No. Okay, let's get the Dragon Lord down here. We'll get to the bottom of this. I don't know if they're just trying to shake down the Lord, or I don't know. At least 2 of them are Dragonborn, though. Yeah, I know, but the other 2 aren't. One of them's one of us, and the other one's like a turtle. And it's kind of like a sneer. We're gonna bring the Dragon Knight here, and here everything's gonna be fine.
If you could, I've been walking all day and my bones are quite tired. That would be much appreciated.
If you want to treat yourself to some water,
Thank you.
there's 4 official places that you can go to pull water out, and there's 4 large buckets that you can get water out of, and there's 1 major line right by the guard where you can pump it.
About how many people are in the line?
Currently, there's about 25 people.
Are they mostly Dragonborn? Are they...
Mostly all humans. You don't see much in the way of Dragonborns. Most poor people are probably going to be non-Dragonborn. You basically have to show up first thing in the morning, because if they don't, there's merchants further in town that are starting to try to cause a monopoly with the water. These water merchants will basically fill up the line and then go really, really slow. Purposely to slow down the line so that you have to go get the water from the other places further in town. And it's just generally kind of pissed off a lot of people. But this is definitely the easiest place to get water in town.
So we have a timber problem, a water problem. Sounds like tough times.
Let's walk over to the well then.
Okay.
It's confirmed, Private.
I kind of signal to you guys like, hey, we got some info.
I know you're short, but I can see you. Like, to be honest, I can barely take my eyes off you. I'm so baffled by everything you do and say.
They're not bringing the Lord. They're going to bring extra guards.
They may arrest us.
Yeah, they might arrest us.
Because they think we're trying to shake down. Which we kind of are.
Well, I didn't know any of you had lacked such tact. None of you been around any of these kind of people before.
No.
Assume, or at least present yourself with good intention. The thing that you know that they might be having an issue or something, and you would like to help them solve it.
You want us to lie?
No, because it's not lying.
I was honest and forthright. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I think the best way we're going to get out of trouble is following the lead of Our Lady here. Who clearly they hold in higher esteem than some of us.
Oh yeah, she is taller.
Hey.
Oh, and they are maybe a little bit concerned about you, actually.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm not as frail and feeble as I appear. I'm actually quite spry.
I think they're concerned about you being a member of the Turtle.
Yeah,
I mean, clearly.
yeah. That's what confused me. Is there stays obvious.
Indeed. We wait for the Dragon Knight to show up.
Damn it, we haven't done anything wrong. I'm not running.
Yeah, we are innocent of this crime.
I'm going to get murdered in a town serving my lord because I'm with these people.
15 minutes later, you can tell the Dragon Knight is coming because he's got in probably the most ostentatious, shiny armor. Most of the guards here, they're outfitted pretty good. This guy, it looks like he is a senior adventurer. A towering warrior with
got all the
scales
special
of
events
molten
stuff.
red and glacier white.
Whoa.
He is much bigger than your standard Dragonborn. Only carries a single sword with him, doesn't have a shield.
Meet him as he's coming up. I am Manor Huzan, and these are my companions here. We were fellow Ronins. We have Baggy, the dragon turtle over there. Ryu both, that little man with half an arm. Johannes. Try not to take him too seriously, please. Hello!
I have been told you are Ronin.
Yes. Lord Hakai has sent us here. He's worried about High Hill.
Just you four?
There are others around. Some are outside the city and...
Do you have your seal?
Yes, here. This axe was gifted to me by Lord Hakai.
He places a single gauntleted hand upon it. It's bonded. The rest of you are also Ronin, sworn Lord of Ho-Ho.
As unbelievable as
Yeah.
it sounds.
We are.
Your business seems fairly important. I would be willing to let you come into the palace to discuss further, but you would have to, of course, leave your weapons with my guards.
I mean, is that really necessary?
Okay. Here you go.
If I find it worthy, I will present you to the Lord.
You guys are escorted in the Dragon Hall, which goes across the first floor and empties out into 4 different rooms. Each of them closed, but you have mighty doors. And then there's large steps that lead up to the next floor. Very beautiful. Mostly seems to be carved out along the walls with all the other dragons of the chromatic, including the reds. And all of them appear to be holding hands. And you see mixed dragonborns scattered amongst them. As Sir
Sure
Shaden
did.
turns around, he does present a small candle and he says,
I'm going to cast a spell. This will compel truth. You consent?
Yeah, I do.
he lightly blows a small flame and lights the candle. Sets it down before you. As it glows, give me a charisma saving throw.
No.
Say no.
16.
Okay, you beat it.
Both of you are allowed to be liars.
As he sits down, says,
Tell me why you have come.
We came to help out High Hill, as the tithings have been lower than usual, and
Lord Hakai has taken notice.
he sent us to help and figure out why. I presume that means there's a problem, and we would like to help with that.
will we be giving you these tithings?
I'd rather you just send them there. I don't have any need to collect them myself. Knowing that they are going there would be a great relief for our Lord.
Do you mean harm to High Hill?
We wish to help all the people of the Phoenix Clan.
And do you wish harm to any of the lords of this land?
Not as long as he doesn't wish harm upon Lord Hakai.
Can I lie?
Yeah, you can.
You can lie.
I'm gonna say
Both of
no,
us can.
but honest to goodness, I'm probably wanting to hurt something.
Then, give them back their weapons. I will bring the scaled minister, and you will meet with him. I will be in the room. If you draw your sword, I will cut off your head.
That's terrifying, but I understand.
I would expect nothing less.
The rest of you leave us.
Waves a hand. Stands up and he escorts you further in. Hidden behind the palace is a frosted garden. A triangular oasis bordered by high hedges that form a natural wall. The ground is blanketed in pristine white blossoms, and there are delicate ice sculptures, and there appear to be some kind of magical runes that seem to keep them around, kind of like AC on all the time. A byproduct of that, it's cold, and there's a light amount of snow on the ground.
Very pretty.
You don't have to wait long until a half-white, half-blackish colored dragon comes down. He has dark, smoke-tinged scales that have light red around them with a mix of some white scales along the face. You would recognize this isn't Black Dragon. He is half fairy dragon, but of the nightmare descent. He looks currently like a dragonborn, but much like any dragon trying to look like another race, he looks too perfect. As he steps in, he grabs a single white lily in his right hand, gives it a
So short,
smell,
you
and
can't tell.
holds it in his hand as he looks towards the rest of you. He has a small scroll in his left hand. He says,
Welcome. I have been told that you have something for my brother. I am Sheba Ren Hazan. I am the scaled minister of these lands. My brother is not well enough to meet with Ronan at this time. I hear something about I owe you something. Please, enlighten me.
Lord Hakai has noticed the lack of tithing coming from High Hill, and he is worried about your well-being as well as what's happening here with the Phoenix Clan needing the money after recent events. We have been sent to understand why the tithings aren't coming, and if there's a problem we can help fix for you, here to help.
Has he not received my missives?
None that we were informed of.
You're just here to collect tithings, then?
Is there something else we should be more concerned with?
I've been unable to send tidings for quite some time because Lord Hakai's road has not been safe. We sent one tithing 2.5 years ago, and it was attacked by Kengu, who stole the money and killed a large contingent of guards. So the next season, I sent mercenaries that I hired instead of my own dragon chief. They were killed by Kenku raiders, who then again stole the money. So I hired the Thieves Guild to send a message. They didn't come back. Everyone I send to Ho-Ho doesn't come back, or comes back in pieces. So the tithing has been lacking because the Lord of Ho-Ho's road is not safe. Unless he expects me to disgrace myself, put it on my back and fly to Ho-Ho because my Lord's road is not safe, I do not know how I am going to be able to get him such a tithing.
I kind of have a feeling he's like
It feels too aggressive.
Okay. Go ahead and
let's go.
make an insight check.
21.
15.
6. I'm pretty sure he's honest.
13. Something feels off. Like he's not saying everything. But you've made it this far, which is good. This is the first from Ho-Ho I have seen anyone come. If you were willing to help take care of the Kenku issue along the roads, I would be able to send the tithing. I could send my Dragon Knight out to try to dispatch them, but then if he doesn't come back, I'm out a Dragon Knight. And I'm not allowed to promote another, as the Phoenix clan has been censured by the Emperor. I cannot promote anyone higher than Dragon Shield. You see my conundrum.
Since you've been dealing with the Kenku, do you have any idea of where they might be?
Birds always fly from the Dread Hills. We occasionally see a rock in the distance. It's almost as if they know whenever I'm sending a money ship. How they know? I don't know.
Who knows when you send the tithing?
Of course, my brother, Trade Lord, the High Banker, Dragon Knight, a few others amongst the guards that have to collect the money.
Why not send the tithing or missives by sea instead?
I do not possess any ships. There are merchants I could entrust to, but most of those merchants are occasionally inspected by Kenku from the Holy Kazi Kingdom, and Kazian pirates are not unheard of as well. The Dragon Knight does pop up at this point. My lord, I, of course, am willing to help rid you of this problem. I'm currently training a contingent of dragon shields. They will not be ready until the late summer. If you and your forces were able to wait until the summer, you could assist us. I would have a contingent of 80 men.
Remind me when it is currently. Like
It's currently early spring, so it's a couple
Few
months.
months.
Yeah, about 3 months.
How well suited are we to solving a rat problem?
I mean, we don't technically have a deadline. for this.
True.
And in the meantime, we could try to clean up some of the issues the town is having.
Seems that we'd be willing to go with your plan in the summer. In the meantime, we will happily stay here and assist with other issues around the town. I would be honored to help the residents of High Hill in the name of Lord Hakai.
Lord Shiva Ren say, if you're willing to wait for this summer assault, I would be willing to host you. How many Ronin have you brought?
Somewhere between 6 to 12.
Well,
We were unfortunately waylaid by these same Kenku that have been giving you grief. They took a number of our men in the night, unfortunately.
the Dragon Knight looks towards you and says, could you describe them? Did one of them ride a rock?
I don't think I remember seeing one.
There was a very vicious swordsman among them. He said he had a pendant of some kind.
Yes, he had a pendant of a
Tree with
the
a sun behind
on
it
top
with an
of it.
eye on.
Make me another insight check.
8, I think.
The Dragon Knight, Caden says, Chuck Talon is his name. The Dance of Feathers. He's one of their sword lords. Did the bodies get up on their own?
Yes. I don't think it was to go bury themselves.
Another reason for issues. None of the bodies have ever been recovered. But few have spoken that they get themselves up and walk away. Kengus commonly have necromancers.
Ooh.
As their god is dead, necromancy seems to be very prominent in their lands. We still have yet to be able to locate where in the Dread Hills the Kenku do reside. Finding the nest so we can crush the eggs. That's always a tenuous thing. Switching back to Lord of Ren. I would be willing to host your Ronin. I would be able to grant you a manor house big enough to be able to host up to 20, if you are willing. Dumont Manor. You would need to clean out the manor house. There's a small matter of everyone I've sent in there has never returned.
That seems to be a trend around here. You send them with the ties, they don't come back. You send them into the house, they don't come back. Is there anywhere you send people that they do come back?
You've sealed it up over the years trying to keep children out. If you are able to clear out Dumont Manor, we'll consider the manor house yours for your stay at High Hill. Lord Caden, if you would leave us alone for a moment. He'll nod. The Dragon Knight leaves. How fares the Lord of Hope?
He's been recovering from his wound, of course. I believe he is as strong and flawless as he can ever be like that.
And there are 16 of your number.
Roughly.
I'm down to 20 dragon shields to take care of this entire town. It's not enough. It's good that you've come. Lord Caden and 5 of his own dragon shields are busy training the other 60, and I'm hoping to come and reinforce this town. Till then, this town is overrun. I need help here. I will tell him to occasionally give you work, but he is very busy and very proud, so I do not expect him to. So I hope you're able to deal with this manor house issue. You seem capable. You survived a raid, which is rare, and you have been able to deal with Sharp Talon. Were you able to kill him?
No, he did get away.
He did bloody the beak. His sharp talon.
Rest assured, even if he wasn't continuing to be a thorn in the side of the city, I would go slay him.
You'll hopefully have your chance whenever we find the nest in the Dread Hills. First thing is training up enough forces so that we can contend with them. So at this point, we have enough undead to be a problem, and no one at the fort nearby is going to help us. They're busy making sure that no armies pass through there. I will need your help. I'm willing to pay you. Obviously, you've come this far. So I will gift each of you a single gold piece for the information. Any interesting news from Ho-Ho? Anything juicy?
I wasn't there long enough to pick up any gossip. Sorry. I just got off of the airship from a zone, landed, and here I am.
Recruited fresh off the boat.
The airship, yes.
I myself originally hail from the Turtle Clan to the north.
I would have never guessed.
I am quite adept at treating injuries and caring for the sickly. If I might inquire, you mentioned that your brother was not feeling well. If there's anything I may do, my services such as they are at your disposal.
My brother's health is amendable. I'm sure he'll be fine. We have many healers looking into him. If you are curious, willing to help, may be able to get permission from Brother Thomas Soru. He is the Celestial Cleric. You would be able to find him at the Sanctuary of the Celestial Flames. It is a neutral area where most of the gods are allowed to be worshipped within our lands. It's actually just around the corner from the Manor House.
Oh, good.
Lord Shiba-Ren, may I ask, some weird vandalism of teeth engraved in one of your gates over there in the shape of a fairy or something. Is that representative of something?
Yes, perhaps an issue. Keep your eye out for Fae. As my martial forces have declined, I've found that the Fae from the woods are becoming more of an issue. Normally, it's not a problem in most cities, but given that we're not allowed to have a standing army, and I'm limited on my resources, the Fae have been more of a headache of recent. If you do happen to see more of these, let me know. I'm sure if my Dragon Knight would be very curious as well. But please, anything that you need to speak with me about, speak with my Dragon Knight first.
Thank you for the audience.
I hope to have more audiences with you in the future. I am interested to see if you can figure out what's going on with the Manor House.
You guys are able to exit, and there is a dragon courtier. It's a fairy dragonborn, and she has a big key on a small chain. I am Corben Wren. I'm here to escort you to the Manor House. This is the key.
Ooh.
She escorts you over to the Manor House. Curling mist envelops a looming dark structure, peeling away to reveal rampant ivy clinging to thick rock walls and cracked, jagged windows.
Ooh.
from which it feels like someone or something is lurking, watching. All sounds of insects chirping or wind rustling through the leaves hushed into dead silence, disturbed only by the occasional echo of a crow. An impenetrable tangle of thorny thickets surrounds the mansion on either side. A few crumbling stairs lead to massive iron wrought doors, one of which slowly creaks open with a grinding sound so strident it seems to grate one's very bones. The maid opens up the gate. That is Dumont's mansion, built by a Lord Dumont. It's never been owned for quite some time after the Willows passed away many years ago. When I was young, there was a family that lived there for a week, but after they disappeared, people just stopped going in there. A few dragon shields, from what I heard, went inside and came back. Awkward question as she pulls out a pen and small scroll. What are your names?
Oh, I am Johannes
Johannes.
from Azul.
From Azun. That's a weird last name. Is there a next of kin we should contact?
Oh, that would be mine papa. I'm gonna write down my dad's name, all of it, the full name, and I will slide it over.
All right.
That's mine papa.
Your papa. Okay. And you, sir?
My name is Ryobo.
Ryobo of...
Oh.
Do you have a next of kin?
No.
Well, hopefully we'll see you again. And you, sir?
Baggy.
Baggy?
I hail from the Turtle Clan.
Ah.
If anyone needs to be notified, just send it to the Lord of the Turtle Clan.
All right. And you, ma'am?
I am Meru Huzan,
Who's on?
and my next of kin would be my mother, Chiana Pendleton.
Gianna Pendle.
She's a maid for Lord Bakai.
All right. Well, the estate is yours. If you don't go, there are some good inns around here. I would suggest going there. And she just
Fine, if you have a house.
walks off.
Appreciate the concern, but maid's got to clean the house.
There is a fence line that goes all the way around the house. This is definitely a manor house that actually has, like, gated off. It has its own yards. Outside of the fact that it's run down, it's fairly large. Everyone roll me a perception check. I'll see if you find anything out.
18 for me.
Natural 20.
Natural
22.
21.
There are 2 floors to the mansion. The ceilings of each floor is approximately about 20 feet tall. The front doors of the mansion kind of half open, and as you guys get closer, it's kind of moving in the wind.
But that's the first thing to fix. The squeaky front door.
As you look through the windows, you see shadowy figures move back and forth. You look through the window, there is a young dragonborn girl with pale white scales, fully translucent, and she looks directly at you. You give me a charisma save.
16. And I'm going to use my 2 luck to make that an 18. Just to be on the safe
18 to be
side.
sure. The DC was 14.
We can see double win.
You are not frightened, and you don't fail the DC by force. You're not supernaturally aged.
Just naturally.
The old man gets older.
Your character knows, fuck, that's a banshee. And it just turn your head to stop looking, because you know if you stare at her too long, you might have like some kind of effect. Your character, as you're looking over, and you think around the back, you see like some tombstones.
Oh.
So it looks like there might be a burial ground on the back side.
After seeing shadows, I want to use heat sense.
You turn on heat sense, and you're like, oh no, there's no heat.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
The shadows, yeah.
Do you mean the tombstones in the back?
No. There's tombstones in the back.
Yeah, if you just did this way. Look, there's a...
Oh. Whatever it was wasn't putting off any heat.
Okay.
This is, in fact, a very haunted house.
Are you making the joke with me? I know
No.
it's creepy and spooky, but I don't think it's haunted. There is a perfectly logical explanation for why you think that.
Go first.
I don't want to.
I propose we take a look around the outside, get the perimeter. If you happen to see anything strange, don't make eye contact.
Okay.
So we're going to circle around the house
Check out the
as a
tombstones,
group safely.
As you start going around the outside, it's almost as if a fog starts bellowing from the house itself, starts pouring out the windows, and it starts to get very thick. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Kind of see through the fog. Do you have heat sense? I'll give you advantage.
21 again.
15.
Oh, DC's 15.
24.
10.
Dead plants adorn the gravel path that leads to the ground and disappears into a thick fog. The dark shadows of tombstones just out of the ground in ominous shapes and sizes. Faint guttural groans can be heard coming from the misty depths in the graveyard. Your heat vision, you see the opposite of heat in areas.
Your fiery eye see,
Okay.
real ball.
You see a single zombie and a single skeleton just milling about in the graveyard, in the fog. But also, you guys see that there is a dragonborn man that appears to be digging in the graveyard. He is near where the zombie and the skeleton are. He is obviously digging where a grave is currently. He does not see you.
Does it look like he's making a grave or digging up a grave?
You can tell with your perception, it looks like he's digging up a grave.
And does he look intact? Like he doesn't look like he's deceased.
Does he have heat?
Does he have heat? No.
He looks intact, but he does not have heat.
I think we should get a little bit closer. I'm going to come up from outside of his field of vision and see if I can determine anything else.
Roll me a stealth check.
Natural 20.
You were able to stealth around. He is digging up a grave currently, which says Seraphina Willow. The grave denotes probably a girl that's died. He appears somewhat translucent. As you get closer, he becomes more and more translucent.
So he's digging. Is dirt actually being?
As you get really close, it just looks like the shovel is animated.
Huh.
There appears to be a small cat currently dead in a small bundle next to him. This ghost is digging a grave for a dead cat over a little girl's grave.
Excuse me. Can I ask what you're doing?
Oh, hello. He takes the shovel, which seems to be the only thing that's physical, and digs it into the ground in front of you. And kind of leans against it. As he does, it kind of leans with him. Welcome. I'm merely the groundskeeper of this humble estate. My name is Pikes. I'm just digging a new grave for the lady of the house. I thought she would appreciate a new kitten in the home.
How long have you been the
Oh,
caretaker?
longer than I can remember. It almost seems like it's been a very long time.
Did you marry Miss Willow?
Yes, I did.
How did she pass away?
I can't really remember. I remember her and the family celebrated the holidays. Then, after a big family event, I'm afraid the entire family was found dead, except for the lord of the house. I'm afraid Lord Willow retired to the estate. Every once in a while, I do see the Lord Willow come out from the basement.
Do any of the other willows wander the ground?
Of course.
Maggie, you
Yes.
saw someone. Could you describe that individual?
I saw what appeared to be a very pale, young dragonborn girl.
Oh.
Is that the Mistress Seraphina?
Yes, she walks the grounds often inside. You see, these lands are blessed.
Is there other people who wander here who've stayed forever?
Oh, yes. He points towards the mist. As he does, he waves his hand. This kind of moves just a tiny bit. As it does, you see 15 different crosses. And they've decided to stay on a more permanent basis. See, whoever's buried here stays here.
And who are your less fleshy friends here?
I never really
Unliving.
got their names. They came inside, they screamed really loud, and then I buried them in the back foyer. I dug them up recently so that they could help me with more physical tasks around the manor. Hard to keep this place going. Can't seem to get a good stonemason to stay.
I think you need some landscape work.
Are any of you landscapers or masons?
Technically, I do some landscape.
I do some construction.
Well, I really hope you stay.
I do too.
Any issues with us going inside?
Oh, no issue with you going inside.
Is there anything we could help with tidying up?
If you're willing to
Cat place,
help,
everything
could you help me bury the cat
least
so that we
playing
can
our
have a
own
little bit
campaign.
more felines around here? The mice are the only thing that live here. They're terrible.
I'll grab the shovel.
You grab it and you're like, oh, and he starts lifting up and flying in the air a little bit. That's me. That's me. I'm the shovel. I possess the shovel.
Oh, I would also like to help dig.
It doesn't take you guys
You don't
long.
look well suited.
You guys are able to dig out a decent-sized hole.
Well, by tomorrow, we'll have a new fluffy friend. Maybe a ghost. Maybe a zombie.
The ghost will probably be fluffier.
Definitely Lady Seraphina would appreciate it. But beggars can't be choosers.
Is there just the one entrance into the manor?
Oh, no. There are other entrances. There is, he'll point to the right, and some mist will clear away. Since you helped me, there's a side entrance over there. And it kind of blows away, and there's a door that seems to lead to, like, a back area. And there's said to be a hidden entrance in the graveyard.
Surprised he doesn't know where the entrance is to the graveyard.
Oh, I do, but I can't tell you. You have to find it.
We appreciate all the information. Are you going to be around? We're going to be.
Oh, I'm bound to the outside. I'm not allowed in.
You guys want to try to look for the secret entrance? In the
Yes, secret
graveyard,
entrances call to me.
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
So there are two graves, a Lord Arthur Willow and a Lady Helen Willow. So you notice as you get closer to them, behind the tombstones themselves are some very steep, and I mean steep steps that descend down, like to a very small opening that's currently overgrown with like a bush across the top.
Do we want to go in the.
Well, let's go.
Yeah, let's go inside.
It's so cold, even breathing forms wispy puffs of steam. And the stairs go about 20 feet, very sharply down. It's a 20 by 20 room. Alcoves carved into the walls where bodies have been put. Some very old, a few barely fresh. The room's centerpiece is a stone sarcophagus surrounded by some kind of giant magic circle. Lord
Cedric Willow.
The lord of the house, the lord of the willows.
Who sometimes comes up from the basement.
Now the question is, do we disturb from the sarcophagus?
Don't ask me, I'm looking somewhere else if you decide to start that shit. Morally, I am against that. From a player perspective, be my guest. Does anyone, no, none of us know Arcana, I'm betting. So we have to be trained to know our roll Arcana stuff?
It's a much higher DC.
I'll try anyway.
You want to give it a shot in the dark?
Yeah. 6. Let's do a reroll. Oh, wow, big improvement. Alright, so does an 11 get anything?
No, an 11 does not meet the Arcana. As you get closer to inspect the rooms, roll me a stealth.
Oh, okay. Why am I rolling this dice? I know it's cursed for this character. 6.
Runes are definitely written in Draconic. You're starting to like try to put it together. You're trying to slowly figure out what it says. But then you accidentally step on the runes themselves.
Shit.
The moment you do, the runes glow green, bright green, and the coffin lid opens.
I solved it.
A ghostly figure of a dragonborn rises from the coffin. Obviously, below the coffin is the skeletal form of this Lord Cedric Willow.
Who dares enter my unhallowed grounds?
Hello, I am Mayor Huzzar. My sincerest apologies.
Ah,
And that's for you, bro. This is Johanna. Hello, this is Baggy.
We've been sent to help tidy up the grounds.
if it had just been noble dragonborn who had graced my house, I take no offense. But flat-eared, short halflings and disgusting little gnomes, are these your companions that are trying to move in to ruin the neighborhood?
No, hold on a minute. The Lord of the Scales said we could come here if we helped out. Won't stay.
I am the lord of this house.
Oh, that's nice. Nice to meet you.
I will give you 6 seconds to run while I kill these two. Fair?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, that's
These have been sent here from Lord Hakai, the ruler of the Phoenix clan.
I don't know who that is.
I'm not surprised.
Well, choices. Welcome to Willow Manor forever.
The sponsor this week is a sailboat. Propelled by sails, these vessels explore the waters of the world. For centuries, sailboats have been the way to travel in comfort and safety. People have made sailing and the art of sailing a science unto itself. Now, over to the man who always likes the cut of our jib, our DM, your host, Tony.
I am not getting on another fucking boat again. You know how long we spent on the boat last time? Not very much, considering.